Good evening, family and friends. How are you this evening? I hope you're doing well and the quarantine has not disrupted your lives too much. For so many people are losing their lives, as we know. Uh, I don't know. I just want to say that it's been a long journey uh, for all our family members, and I know right now we got like maybe 300 and something nieces, nephews, and grandnieces, nephews running around. It's been a long, long journey. Yeah. Uh, so right now, for the immediate family, okay, and we know we lost our younger brother, at 16. We know that there's no grandparents on the father's side or the mother's side, and we still have our half sister, Gloria Jean, who lives down south. And right now, I'm the oldest male that's from the immediate family, you know, and I guess what does that mean? I don't know. I uh, I just try to tell people that people didn't know that they got a grandfather that's buried right in Brooklyn in the Veterans Cemetery, a World War II veteran, and that's my mother's father. Uh, yeah, I was thinking about. So we was thinking about, our mom. It's Mother's Day coming up. And all the things that she went through. You know, and some people try to look at that different types of ways, but they, yeah, you know, uh, but I can only look at it one way. uh, and I can't, it's hard to try to, you try to talk about yourself and stuff you're going through. Me, I definitely can't do it at 60 years old, and and I'm still going through it. You know what I mean? When you watch something like this coronavirus, that's killing people all over the world, you know, the one thing about that is that I try to emphasize is that people don't understand that once it gets to the poor countries, you know, it's gonna be killing people by the millions, and you can ID with a lot of the poor countries like Africa and you know uh, it's just it's a sad scenario because they haven't seen the worst of it. But we see all these things that happen in those scenarios, like the Ebola, other scenarios, and here's the thing: like when they finally, you know, when they finally get through with this country right here, you know, and the other European countries, the Oriental countries, main scenarios that, the well-off countries. When it goes to the poor countries, this what happens. They're not in a position to quarantine properly. They don't have the proper health, operations to deal with it. You know, so what's going to happen is the ones that are going to try to escape, they're not going to allow them to escape because what's going to happen is going to reinfect the other countries. So now they're gonna have to lock them in. And so all the other countries gonna be representative of that, of fear that it may come through their country. So this is gonna be killing people by the millions. They figure all over the world it done killed. It's getting close to a couple of million that it might end up. You know, uh, when it's all said and done. But this is going to be killing millions in one country in one shot, because of the situation there in those countries, and there are going to always be a lot of theories, about where this virus originally came from. But at the end of the day, it's just like even in the well-off countries, you see the more the communities that's been neglected the most is feeling the most, effect of it, you know, and this is a bad thing, I always used to say people didn't know this about me, but because I grew up in the beginning of the civil rights movement, which by the way they've been cutting programs, and they've been trying to decipher that ever since they had that movement going on when Trump came into office, you know, uh, and the streamers and they already had their position for things, but it's just an opening for them to you know. But like I said, I remember I used to sit in the streets. I know all the songs with the streets blocked out on all the protesters as a kid. You know, I still remember all the songs. But this. I mean, I'm just. This is a. It's not a good time. It's not a good time. A lot of people understand, can't conceive of what actually is happening here. You know, but like I said, we all been through a lot. You know, we all been through a lot. We all have our individual scenarios where we've been through a lot. And we all have our scenarios where we've been through a lot together. You know, and I'm not just talking about family wise. I'm talking about in general. Community wise, people wise. Minority wise. Uh, and if we don't find a way to to stop all the hate and get together on this, we're gonna be in a bad place. A bad place, worse than the era of the slave era of things. We talk about the continuation of Hitler's plan. you know, and a lot of these people who participate in this stuff now, that they was part of his plan. You know, I don't think they still got that yet. Even though they talk about stuff that was happening during that time to their people. Uh, so I don't think they even got that yet. So if if they ain't got it, and we ain't gonna get it, we definitely gonna be in a bad place. So that's all I have to say. It's a time to now, throw down your arms, you know, and work on this together. You gotta let the hate go. You gotta let you know, the outcasts, and particularly your people, your family, stuff like that. I mean, you can't, you gotta let all that go. You know, because once as they're picking them off, there's nobody there to take their place. As they pick them off, there's nobody there to take their place. As they fall off, you know, be it through, you know, uh, old age or the disease now that's taking out a lot of elderly people now. You know what that does too. That people ain't paying attention to is another thing that people ain't paying attention to. You know, they had this social security problem that they've been having, that they've been trying to find a way to get rid of. If they got something here that's affecting most of the elderly people and they knocking them off, that's a lot of people who they ain't got to get social security no more. That's another part of it. I mean, I'm just saying it might not be, the intent, but there has been a lot of talk about trying to find a way to get rid of Social Security, and this was the perfect opportunity. You know, so you know, population, you know, it's I mean, it's crazy. So what is this hitting? What is this helping? If it was a mainstream thing, what is this helping? This is helping their social security scenario. This is helping all their minority scenarios that they was talking about. The immigration thing they talking about. Because why? Because that's what's getting hit the most. Yeah, you know. So call it coincidence or maybe it was a plan. But nevertheless, you got to act. You got to act on it. You got to put up your, you know, collaborated defenses for things. All right. Signing off. This is Gary Washington. They call me two, two mints for everyone. Have a nice one.